Hey y'all, it's India Samson, and we're going to talk all things basketball, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so that you never miss a video. Let's get into it. Game 6 of the finals was about a week ago, and obviously everyone knows that the Warriors won. It was all over social media, so I'm not going to talk much about it because everyone literally knows. But I did in fact have a prediction of what would happen the day before the actual game. And if y'all remember in my game 5 video, I said, I believe the Warriors will win and they will have an 8-point to 12-point lead. I was literally 1 point off. I said an 8 to 12 lead and I was 1 point off, but it's okay because I'm gonna get it right next time. Unfortunately, I couldn't watch it live, so I knew that they won before I watched it. I'm so happy they won because I've been watching them all season literally and was like, if they don't win this year, it's rigged. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all doubted Stephen A when he said,
if Klay Thompson comes back healthy, Kendrick Perkins, the Warriors might win it all. I really mean it. I'm not playing with anybody. Molly, It is official. I'm picking the Golden State Warriors to win the championship.
I've been with the Warriors since day one, and I ain't jumping off that ship. It's about the Warriors.
Anyways, let's get to the actual video. So the NBA draft was last night, and Paolo Banchero went first overall to the Orlando Magic. And if I'm looking at right here, I'm looking at my computer to see their outfits, but they had some very nice outfits at the draft, specifically Paolo. He had on a little purple suit. He was rocking the diamonds all over and he had the chain going. It was a 10 out of 10 for me and best fit of the night. I love it a lot. And then Jeremy Sohan had a nice little lavender outfit with the chain. He had the blonde hair. Men should wear colors more often. I can't wait to see more outfits from him as well because he always changes his outfits. He always changes his hair, curly, cut off, like I love it a lot. Can't wait to see him play with the Spurs. Now, Shaedon Sharpe was drafted to the Trailblazers. I can't wait to see that duo. We haven't seen him obviously play in college, but I have faith in him that he'll thrive and he'll be good with Damian Lillard. But his suit, I want to talk about. All over his suit is his logo, but it's very like faint, very like not noticeable, but if you like look into it, be like, oh, that's his logo. So that's like fire. So that was one of the best fits for me as well. And then the last one I want to talk about best fit wise was Johnny Davis. Had the little J right there. He got drafted to the Wizards, so I'm so excited to watch him and Kyle Kuzma, get their chemistry together. Those are all the fits that I liked for the night. There was some other good fits too, but those are the main 4 that stood out to me. But I also want to talk about Keegan Murray, who also has a brother, Chris Murray. I watched him play during a courtside game with my dad. He's number 15 in this clip. Obviously, I was going for the Cavaliers, but unfortunately they lost. And Keegan Murray, he was a huge factor in the win for Iowa in that game. Cavaliers got blown out sadly, but it's okay. It's fine. It's totally fine because we were watching a potential NBA prospect at the time, and now he's officially in the NBA playing for the Sacramento Kings. Speaking of the Virginia Cavaliers, today we have a special guest. We're gonna talk to one of the greatest college players of all time, if not the greatest college player of all time. Also, he was drafted number 1 in his draft class. I'm so excited for this interview. He is someone very close to me, and this is my special guest. Let's get into the interview that I did with former number 1 pick in 1983. Well, today we have 1983 number 1 pick in the NBA draft, also Hall of Famer Ralph Sampson, and he also happens to be my dad. Welcome to my channel.
India, thank you for having me on your channel. So wonderful to be here, daughter.
Yeah. How are you today?
I'm doing fabulous. It's hot where I'm at, and where you are, I'm sure it's hotter. But anyway, I'm doing great. Just hanging out, working.
Yeah. So I have a few questions for you today.
Let's go for it.
What was your experience like entering the NBA draft, and how did you feel?
Well, you have to know that my experience in the NBA draft, I knew from high school that I could have been the number one pick from my high school senior year to my junior year in college. So I knew I was going to be number one pick all those years. So I just with Anthony, and my big decision was, should I stay in school or should I come to the NBA? People I had to remember that when I played at University of Virginia, my first year, I would have been the number one pick, and Kevin McHale wouldn't have gone to Boston. My second year, it would have been the number one pick again, and James Worthy would not have gone to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Right.
My third year, Isaiah Thomas would not have gone to the Detroit Pistons. So I know I'll be number one pick. And when you see the commissioner in the video of the NBA saying, "Oh, we have a surprise."
A big surprise for all of you. The Houston Rockets select Ralph Sampson, University of Virginia.
You know, the number one pick is Ralph Sampson. They knew I was going to be the number one pick, you know, that year because I was three-time college player of the year, blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden, now it's my time to go into the NBA in 1983. Right. So it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. Did you feel like nervous at all? Like how was your experience during the draft? What was happening?
Yeah, so first we was across the street from Madison Square Garden in a place called the Low Summit, the hotel they put us in so you can walk across the street and go into the Felt Forum and do that. So all your grandparents and your aunts were there with me. And the morning of the draft, we got a call from President Reagan. And he called me and said, "Hey, Ralph Sampson, hey, thank you. Glad to be the number one pick in the draft, blah, 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 blah." So I knew I was going to be the number one pick. I had to wait and see. I knew I was going to be the number one pick. So it was a very hectic morning with interviews and phone calls from people, everybody excited, and family and friends there as well. So it was fun, but there was a lot going on. And then I knew I had to get on a plane and travel to Houston right after that. So it was fun. I was dressed in a blue suit. Everybody comes in, you know, some certain attire. I just want to be in a nice suit. I went over to the Felt Forum. My name was called. I go up on stage, shake the commissioner's hand. They have the jersey up with your name on it, and then we're off to the races.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Did you have any other workouts other than Houston?
Back then, we didn't have workouts.
Oh, wow.
We didn't have to go around the team to team. We didn't have to work out for anybody. You know, we didn't have to go all these little strips and get measurements. We didn't do workout. They went on the players' MO while they was in college, because most guys didn't come out after 1 year. Most of them stayed till they were seniors. Right. So we were pretty grown and seasoned when we got to the NBA.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's good information right there.
Good information, good.
Yeah. So after they called your name up on the stage, what happened after that?
Well, after they, like I said, give you your jersey and then hold it up and everybody applauds, et cetera, et cetera. You go to the left side of the stage or the right side, and you do a couple of interviews, take some pictures, and all that kind of stuff as well. But I knew we were going to Houston right after that. So I didn't stay the rest of the drive. I stayed maybe for the first 4 or 5 picks, because the number 3rd pick, Houston had the number 3rd pick. So they had the 1st and 3rd pick, and they picked Rodney McCray from the University of Louisville that I had actually played in college a couple of times, and we became good friends over our years at the NBA in Houston. So we leave the Felt Forum in New York, get in separate limos, his family and my family in separate limos. We go to LaGuardia Airport, and we own 2 different Lear jets. So it's kind of cool to see 2 Lear jets, one flying on the left and one flying on the right. And it had his family on one, my family on one, and we go to Houston right after the draft, watch the rest of the draft from the airplane at that point.
Oh, wow.
Land in Houston, and when we get to Houston, we take limos from the airport to the hotel, go from the hotel to the arena, which was the Summit at that point in time, and now it's Joel Osteen's church. And we walk in, there's 20,000 people welcome us to Houston. So it's pretty cool to finally get to the NBA, and now the party starts, right? And so we stayed there for a couple of days, and then now it's time to negotiate contract, and then we got that done a couple months later. But it was fun just to go through that whole experience in the NBA draft.
Yeah, for sure. That's so cool.
Good. All right. That's so cool. Good.
Also want to ask you, how did you feel about the shorts that y'all wore back in the day?
Well, that's a uniform. We wore short shorts in high school. We wore short shorts in college. We wore short shorts in the NBA. But remember, our socks were long too. We wore socks up almost to our knees, because that's where they were protecting our shins and ankles and stuff like that, supposedly, right? So I wore about 5 pair of socks in my first couple of years because the shoes were too wide for my feet. Today, shoes are being made and molds are being made. I was one of the first people that had shoes that were made for your feet coming out of the chute. So it became crazy because the shoes at the beginning were too wide for my feet. I couldn't fit them that well. But then they started making once I got to the league.
So Isaiah Thomas compared you to Giannis. How do you feel about that? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
Well, I mean, Isaiah's a great friend, and he knows the game really well, and I respect his opinion, and I thank him for that opinion to compare me with today's player in the Greek Freak. And if you see some of the videos out there, me playing and him playing, there's definitely some similarities in our game, although he shoots more three-pointers than I was allowed to. But I could take the ball to the basket, I could bring it up the court, run down the court with it. But we were much more structured than the day's game because they could shoot the ball anytime they want. They could bring it up. They didn't have anybody playing up in the post. The floor was wide open, so he could drive to the basket, but he was very dominant. But that comparison is very special. It actually brings me back to life. Maybe I should go back to play.
Yeah, on the 10-day contract.
10-day contract would be just fine with me.
That'd be funny. You could go back to Houston and help him out a little bit.
They need a whole lot of help right now. So that draft pick, who knows what's going to happen with that? It'd be crazy.
Well, I really appreciate your time, Dad. Thank you so much for joining me and being on my YouTube channel. And stay tuned for more from him, from me. More content coming soon.
So thank you guys for watching my take, India Sampson's take. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, definitely subscribe so you can get more videos like this in the future. See you guys in the next one. Bye.